we are going to activate Crossbones next. He says, oh, somebody hit me. He turns around. Now, because of his aggressive tactics, he could have advanced at the end of Baron Zemo's turn, small, but he's going to keep his distance like that. And Crossbones is going to attack, and he's going to use the ability called Strike. Range of 2, he's definitely in 5 dice, don't cost anything, and after the attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the damage dealt. Attack pulls are gathered. Crossbones got 5. Zemo's defensive physical is 3. Rolly, rolly. Oh, Crossbones is angry. So that is 3 hits. That's going to Baron Zemo. So Baron Zemo got to roll his 3 defense. And they're all blank. Oh, jeez. So let's see if there's anything else that Baron Zemo can do to try to stop getting in kind of damaged by the massive Crossbones. And also too as well as let's see about the wild sign for Crossbones attack. Baron Zemo has strategic genius, so he gets to reroll one of his die. And he gets a skull, so that's not going to help him one bit. So that is definitely 3 big points of damage going into Baron Zemo. That's 3 points of damage onto Zemo, and he also gets 3 energy because he never blocked anything. And also, Crossbones gets 3 points of energy because he was successful with that attack and hit him 3 times and didn't able to dodge anything. There's no cards no team tactic cards that I have that I know of that I can use. So now, what Baron Zemo is going to do, he's going to do a counter strike. It is a reaction. He's going to spend 2 of his earned energy. And after an attack against his character is resolved, it may use this superpower. If the attack is within 3, which obviously is, roll 4 dice. Deal 1 damage to the attacker for each critical or wild symbol roll. Zemo's counter attack. And it rolled 1 wild. So then Crossbones has taken 1 damage. There's the damage on Crossbones. Now that was Crossbones' first attack. Now, second one, he may just do something... Ooh, I think he's going to use the superpower. And he's going to spend 4 energy, because he has them. And he's going to do which is called a Haymaker. This is not an action, it's a superpower. The next strike or overpower attack made by this character this turn adds 3 dice to its attack roll. So he's spending the 4 energy to add to his attack. So this second action that Crossbones is doing is he is going to do the strike. He's got 5 dice plus 3 because of his Haymaker. So that's going to be 8 dice going towards poor Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo may be finished here. This is pretty powerful stuff. There's the attack pull. Oh, I think Zemo's in some trouble here. Because he has 3 wounds on him now, and he only needs 2 more to be knocked or stunned or dazed, whatever it is. All right, here goes. Oh, okay. So let's get rid of the blanks first off. And that shield is not going to do diddly. Oop, that was a wild. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And he has a wild here, so he's going to roll 1 more. A critical. And it's a wild. Oh, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage going into Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo, you better pull some magic swordsman stuff here. Alright, so he's got 1 wild symbol. So that's going to be a block. But still, that is going to be 5 hits going into Zemo. Ouch! Because the Zemo has strategic genius, he gets to reroll 1 of his die at least. So maybe it's not going to be as bad. No, oh, he does. He got a shield. So he blocked 2, so that's going to be 4 damage going into him instead of 5. With the 4 damage on Zemo, he has 5 in total. So that will definitely put him over the top So he loses everything but his energy. He is not KO'd, but he is immobilized or not stunned, dazed. Yeah, he's dazed. So he gets flipped over, like so. He loses the wound. So he's flipped over. He loses the wound, but he wasn't carrying one of the shards. So the Tesseract shard, or whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, he's okay. So this is gone. He is just dazed. That is like some big punching power that Crossbones had just done. Now we're on to Captain's turn. And I'm thinking what's going to happen here is I am going to activate Captain Marvel. Why not? Why wouldn't I? So she's got a shard right there close to her. So she's just going to spend the 1 energy to interact and pick up the shard. So now she has 2 shards. She's doing good. So that was 1 action. Not action, not action. That was just her. She don't got anything that she can do superpower wise, because she don't got any energy left to spend. But I think what she might do is try to go after Ultron. So she's going to move first. She has a medium movement. I'm not even going to do it because she just wants to go right here to be by the 3.0. So since she did that, that was her first action. And now her second action, I think, is going to be a strike or energy blast. Probably a strike. So the strike here, it says, after this attack is resolved, the character gains energy equal to the amount of damage done. It's a range of 2. She's obviously in range 2. 5 dice. There's the attack pool. So Captain Marvel got 5 and Ultron got 4. So here goes Captain Marvel's roll. And that's not a good roll at all. That's like really bad. That's just 1 hit. So Ultron, he defended it. Easily defended it. So nothing else happens. Unless Captain Marvel has some ability that she can use, or Ultron has an ability that he could use. But yeah, that was the first action. She's going to do it again, because there's nothing else that I think I can do here. So Captain Marvel is attacking. See if we get any more. Oh, no, that's like no rolls. I don't even know why I'm rolling. So 1 defense. But anyhow, that is 2 actions that Captain Marvel did. But Ultron is actually going to do a reactive superpower. It's called Analyze and Annihilate. It's going to spend 2 energy. And it does say on the card for Analyze and Annihilate, right by my thumb. During the next attack this character makes this turn, when oh, actually no, he can't do that until it's his turn to activate, and if he decides to attack Captain Marvel, which I know he's going to do. But anyhow, nothing is done. That is the turn for Captain Marvel. We are going to activate Ultron onto Red Skull's team now, and he is going to attack Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel got 2 shards, or 2 of the crystals, which is the Cosmic Cube Fragments, not crystals, Cosmic Cube Fragments. She has 2 on her. So he is going to definitely, like, you know what, I gotta take her out. So he's going to attack her. Ultron's turn, he's going to use an energy blast that don't cost anything. It's range of 4, he's definitely within range of 4. 5 dice, and after this attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the amount of wounds dealt. And Captain Marvel's energy defense is 4. So 5 against 4. Ultron, he's got nothing. So it don't make a difference. Like, she can roll, but it don't make it, she got nothing either. 2, I mean. So that was 1 action from Ultron. Now he's going to spend his 2 energy. with this energy, he's using the kinetic field generator. Or no, sorry, the analyze and annihilate. During the next attack, this character makes this turn when resolving critical result rolls, an additional die for each critical in the opposing defense roll. So I'll explain that if it happens. It's pretty simple though, but there's his 2 energy. Now he's going to make his second attack. No criticals, but what that meant is going to be this. So she don't have to roll, but just say he got some hits onto her, then she would roll her dice. And if she got a critical, which she did, then she would get to re-roll 1, got a wild, but because she got a critical, he gets to roll an extra defense die, so it'd be wild. So that'd be 1. So in either case, nothing has happened, no damage, and that ends her activation. In that previous explanation about Ultron's kinetic, I'm always reading the wrong one, analyze and annihilate. At the end of it, I said that it ends her activation. It was actually Ultron's activation, and I also said into it about defense dice that he would get an extra defense die. No, if she rolled a critical in her defense, then he would get an extra die to add for the attack. So that's what that, just to clarify, that is. Anyhow, that was the end of Ultron's activation, and now we're on to Captain America's team. On to Captain America's team, we're going to activate Iron Man. And he's got first action, he's got a movement of medium, so he's going medium. Right here for his first action. For Iron Man's second action, he's going to use homing rockets. Now, it costs 2 energy to do. It is an action. And with this here, it's a range of 5, and it's 5 dice. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit from cover. If I roll a wild, it's explosive. Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within 2 of the target character suffers 1 wound, but there's no other characters within that. So, because he is going to target Ultron, but he does get 5 dice for the range of 5, but I got to check to see if it's range or not for the spend the 2. You can see it's definitely within range 5. So he's going to spend the 2 and do the homing rockets. There's the attack pull. So Iron Man has 5 and Ultron has 4 for physical. Okay. See what's going to, a whole lot of nothing. Well, he got 1, so he gets to roll. Actually, I'm not going to roll that yet. I'm not modifying because it's not part of the sequence yet. So roll defense. And this here is 1 shield attack. Now we resolve Iron Man's critical. And he gets another hit. Alright. So this is a wild symbol, but Ultron don't have anything to help him with wild. So that is 2 hits and 1 block. So this pretty much cancels out 1. So it's 1 hit onto Ultron. Ultron got hit. Nothing else happens during the sequence, so he takes 1 wound, and he also has 1 energy. Iron Man does not have any energy, and that was his second activation. That ends Iron Man's activation. Now we're on to the Red Skull team, and the only one that didn't activate on Red Skull that is able to activate is Red Skull. On Red Skull's turn, now I had the card flipped over to his wounded side by accident because Red Skull never took any damage yet. So he is like this. He never got stunned or anything. So because of that, dazed I should say, he's fine like that. So he's going to use the superpower Cosmic Cube. Action, this character gains 3 energy. Roll 5 die. For each skull roll, this character suffers 1 damage dealt. Superpower can only be used once per turn. So let's go and do that. So I have to roll 5 dice, get 3 energy. Here's the 5 dice. Hopefully don't get any skulls. And he didn't. So he is totally safe. Whew. Red Skull's first official action is he's moving medium. Because I think he's targeting Iron Man because he wants to try to get something done with him. Oh, now he's going to use a special power since he got all that energy. You can see here he's within 4 of Iron Man very easily. And he's also within 4 of Doc Ock. But again, he's kind of just concentrating on Iron Man here because he does not like Iron Man at all. Because you can tell he just don't like him. Anyhow, so he's going to use his ability called Cosmic Blast. With Cosmic Blast, you spend 1 energy, so you're going to spend 1 energy, and it says Sap Power. So if you roll a wild symbol, before damage is dealt, the target character loses 1 energy for each wild symbol in the attack roll, and this character gains the amount of energy. So that's good. So before damage is dealt, the target character loses 1 energy for each wild symbol. Red Skull's Iron Man's defense. Okay, see if we get any wild symbols. He got 1 wild symbol and 2 hits. Nice. Okay, so that's 3 damage to Iron Man so far, and he's got a wild symbol. You know, before this happens, we have to reflect back on the card for this blast that he's doing. Because it does say there, Cosmic Blast. Before damage is dealt, the target character loses 1 energy for each wild in the attack roll, and this character gains that amount of energy. So he got 1 wild symbol, so Iron Man's going to lose 1 energy, and the Red Skull's going to get 1 energy. So pretty much it's stealing. He steals the energy, but the thing is Iron Man don't have any energy, which I just noticed. I thought he did. I looked over and I seen Cap that got 2, but I thought it was Iron Man. So anyhow, Red Skull does not get any energy. Iron Man don't lose any energy. But he still has 3 hits. Iron Man got to roll to see if he can block any of them. So he's got the critical. So I am going to roll the critical here. Nope. So it's only 1 defense. So it cancels 1 out. So this is the result so far. After all is said and done, this cancels out. So it's 1 damage on Iron Man. Iron Man has Invincible Iron Man, where it reduces the amount of damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. So unfortunately, he can't reduce this 1 to 0. So Iron Man is going to take 1 wound. There you go, Iron Man. You got your wound on you. With the Red Skull, his turn's not over yet because he does have a superpower that he wants to use. It's called Master of the Cube. Choose this character or another allied character within 4 of this character and place it within 2 of its current position. A character can be placed by the superpower only once per turn, and it costs 3. So he's going to spend his 3 to do like a teleport, and the reason why he wants to do that is so that he can go, he shot at Iron Man and he disappeared, and he is going to go back to right here. Because it's going to give him a victory point at the end of the turn, or the end of the round. That was really smart by the Red Skull. And that was his 2 activations, so his 2 actions, so he's done of his turn. Last but not least, it's none other than Captain America's turn. For Captain America's turn, now, I'm thinking about moving him up and then attacking Ultron, but the thing is he's the last one to activate Captain America. So with Captain America activating, if he does that, he's going to go off of the 3.0, and then at the cleanup phase, he's not going to get a victory point. So right now, he would keep a victory point, and she would keep a victory point, and the Red Skull would have a victory point. So if we keep it the way it is, then Cap would actually advance his team by 1 victory point before we go into round 3. So I think what's going to happen is Cap is just going to pass, because it does say that in the rulebook that you can pass, and he is passing, and this ends the end of round 2. So now we have to do the cleanup phase. Again, for the cleanup phase, number 1, players score victory points from the crisis cards. Mark these points on the mission track. We'll start off with the Extreme Council, or the 3.0. And so for the cleanup phase, 1 victory point for each extreme cancel is secured during it. So if we swing over, 1 victory point for her and 1 victory point for Cap. So that's 2 victory points, and the Red Skull is here, so the Red Skull gets 1 victory point. So again, Red Skull's blue, goes up 1 victory point. Cap's team goes up 2, so they're ahead by 2. So now let's look at the other crisis card. For this crisis card, players score 1 victory point for each fragment held by a character they control during the cleanup phase. This is interesting because let's go here to Spider-Man for Red Skull. He has 2, so he's going to get 2 victory points. Nobody else has anything else. So 1, 2, so now they're ahead. But you see here onto Cap's team, Iron Man got 1, Captain Marvel got 2, so that's 3 more victory points for Cap's team. So we advance it. 1, 2, 3, so they're ahead by 2. Woohoo! There's no effects resolved by crisis cards at this point. Now characters with the Daze token remove all damage, so, and we flipped them over. We did do that though, so they're going to just stand straight back up again. If the player activated the last character during the activation phase has priority token, they pass it to the opponent. So it is Cap's. He don't have the he does have the activation token. So they are passing it over to the Red Skull team. Remove all activation tokens character, move the round token to the next round, and start the next power phase. This Daze token is gone. That Daze token on Baron is gone too as well. Both of them stand up. You can see Baron Zemo stands up, and the Black Widow stands up. The token gets passed over to this, but they went last. The last turn they went first, so now it's on to Captain America's team to go first this time. And we are on to round number 3. I gave everybody an energy for it. Now, another thing too as well is wounds have to happen here. So I gave Captain Marvel 2 wounds because she has 2 of the shards. And Iron Man gets a wound because 2 of the shards. And over here, Spider-Man gets 2 wounds because he has 2 of the shards. Because Captain Marvel is here, when she activates, she can use one of her energy tokens to, not as an action, but to interact with this because she's within 2. And she will lose 1 of her wounds by spending an energy. Spider-Man, however, is nowhere close, so he wouldn't be able to do that. He's going to have to spend 1 of his actions to get over close to here so he can get rid of some of them wounds. Round number 3, and Cap's team gets to go first. Going to activate Crossbones first. Why? Why not? And he's going to try to attack Baron Zemo. What Crossbones is going to do is pretty interesting. He's going to do a Haymaker, so it takes 4 energy. So I'm just going to take the 4 energy and place it here. And with this Haymaker, it says the next strike or overpower attack made by this character this turn adds 3 dice to the attack pool. We already seen this before. Hopefully it'll be a little more successful. And on top of that, he is going to, I was going to do the overpower with 5 dice. But no, he's going to use strike. So after this attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the amount of wounds dealt. So he's going to spend his 4 for the Haymaker, get 3 extra dice, so that's 5 plus 3 is 8, and he is going to attack him with the physical attack of Baron Zemo. Here goes, a whopping attack. So, no good, no good, no good, and no good. So that is, as of it stands right now, total of 4 hits. That's a Baron Zemo, so this is his defense. And he's got a wild, so that is 1 block. Now, we roll the dice, resolve critical first, so I get 1 more roll for crossbones, and he gets a wild. Ooh, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's going to block one of the hits. So that's 4 hits going into Baron Zemo. Now, Baron Zemo gets to re-roll one of his die because he has, what's it called again? Strategic Genius. So this is the re-roll. He got blank anyhow, so make a difference. So it's 4 hits into Baron Zemo so far. Because Baron Zemo did not defend that vicious attack against him, he takes not 3, but the 4 wounds. But he also gets 4 energy. So Baron Zemo's stacking up some energy here, but he is very critically damaged because he has a total of 5, and he's already on the injured side. So if he takes 1 more damage, Baron Zemo is just totally toasted. But before Baron Zemo goes down, if he goes down, he's going to do a counter attack. He's spending 2 energy. Or maybe Master Swordsman. One moment. So he's not gonna, he may not take this 3 damage already because I just read the Master Swordsman. I was confused about this, kind of, not really, but I just was ignoring it and trying to make excuses. Anyhow, Master Swordsman, when it is the target of a physical attack or targets a character with this attack, this character may use the superpower. If the enemy character is within 2 spaces or 2 range, this character may reroll any number of attack or defense dice. So he's going to spend the 2 energy, and he's going to reroll his 2. So pretty much he already rolled 1 because of Strategic Genius. He spent 2 and he's rolling 2, so he may not get them for the 4 wounds. So here is the roll, and unfortunately he still failed it because he's got a skull and that. So the 4 wounds are still stuck on Baron Zemo, unfortunately, and that's the one time he could use that ability. But now, again, he's going to use the ability for Counter Strike. And the Counter Strike, it costs 2, and he gets to attack who attacked him. With the Counter Strike, he rolls 4 dice and see if he's going to deal any damage. So that is 2 lovely criticals right there. With the 2 criticals, it just means that he's going to take wounds, crossbone. So I'm taking these 2 off and adding 1, which is 3, and adding 1 more, which is going to be the 4th attack. But Crossbones has 6 health, so he's still into it. Crossbones also has inured to pain, so therefore if he spends 1 energy, he's going to reduce the amount of wounds suffered by 1. So he's going to take that off, so he has 3 now. Also, it does not say in here like other ones for the Haymaker. The next strike or overpower attack made by this character this turn adds 3 dice to its roll. It don't mean it's superpower that can only be used once per activation. So therefore, he's going to use it again. So he's spending his 4. And he gets 3 extra dice. So again, he's throwing 8 dice at Baron Zemo. This is his second and last action for Crossbones. But Baron Zemo only really needs 1 more to be KO'd. Like completely at the game. So this might be the end for Baron Zemo. Unless he fudges on the roll. So let's get rid of these. So that's 3 hits. Oh, Baron Zemo may be able to stay in the game. Let's see. His defense is 3 physical. Oh, he did it. Because he got 3 critical. A shield, and a wild. Baron Zemo is such a lucky swordsman. No need to reroll for Baron Zemo for the strategic genius because he blocked them all. So that is it. Crossbones is done. But Baron Zemo is going to spend 2 energy. I know it's 3, but 2 energy. And he is going to do a counter strike. And again, we've seen this before. 4 dice. And if he gets exclamation marks to criticals, then it's going to be damage. But he didn't, unfortunately. And that ends Crossbones' activation. Now, he has aggression, which means that he can move small towards the target after successfully hitting, which he did the first time. But there's no real sense in doing it because it's just, that's the way it is. So now we are going on to the Red Skulls team's turn. For the Red Skull team, Spider-Man is going to go first, and he is going to just go down. His movement is large, so he definitely can go right there for his first action. And Spider-Man has some wounds here, so he may spend an energy to interact and remove one wound from him, which he's going to do. Spends one energy to remove one wound, so now he only has one wound onto him. And that was his first action for the move. This here was not an action. Now, I'm thinking he's going to try to thwap Crossbones. So he don't have any energy to do anything, so I'm thinking he's going to just do a strike. It's a range of 2, and he's in range 2. After the attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the damage dealt. So he's got 5 dice. 5 dice going into Crossbones from Spidey. He gets 2 criticals, so he gets to roll 2 more dice. And he gets an extra hit for his efforts. So that's 3. Crossbones got a physical defense of 4. And he gets 1. And that is it. Oh, jeez. So you take 1, so that's 2 damage going into Crossbones. Crossbones is now sitting at 5 out of 6 wounds, so he's getting close to being KO'd too as well. You know, Spider-Man moved once, and then he attacked, so he can't do anything else. Now, Crossbones has the aggression, which I'm going to use, so he suffered wounds. Got 2 wounds, going to get 2 energy for the wounds, and he's going to advance small towards the attacking character. And if you see there, small is there, so he is going to go woo, right at Spider-Man. He's attacking him. And that ends Spider-Man's activation. And Crossbones' activation. He did, however, though, cause 2 damage, and when he uses his strike, he gets energy equal to the amount of damage caused. Also too as well is I wonder if, because he has 2 energy now, Webline, push an enemy character within 4 towards this character small. A character can be pushed by a superhero only once. So he's already base to base, so he can't do that one. And you don't have enough energy for anything else. So the wall crawler is finished. On the Cap side, it's going to be Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel is within 2 of the 3.0, so she's going to spend 1 of her energy to remove 1 of her wounds. Captain Marvel is also going to target the Black Widow again, and she is going to use an energy burst, energy blast I should say. It uses 4 dice, range 4, and if I swing over here, you can see that they're definitely closer than range 4. And because of this, after the attack is resolved, this character gains 1 energy. No matter what, she's going to gain 1 energy. And the character may reroll any number of attack dice for this attack. So let's gather up the dice and see what happens. Here goes. Captain Marvel. 2 hits. All right. But that was wild. And now Black Widow's energy defense is 2. And gets nothing. Uh-oh. Not over yet, though, because she has the ability to re-roll. Captain Marvel does. Any of her, I think that's what I refer to the card again. That's correct. She gets to re-roll any number of attack dice during this attack, so she's only going to re-roll the 2 of them. And she don't get anything anyhow, so that's fine. But that's going to be 2 damage going at the Black Widow, unless Black Widow has something that she can do. Because it's an energy strike onto her, she counts this as a defense because it's blank. It gets her martial arts prowess. So because of that, It cancels out 1. So that's only 1 damage going into Black Widow. Black Widow got the damage, and she also gets 1 because she took damage. Now she has enough that she's going to do a counter strike on Captain Marvel. So after an attack against a character is resolved, it may use this superpower. If the attacker is within 3, roll 4 dice. Deal 1 damage to the attack for each critical and each wild rolled. 4 dice for counter attack, counter strike. Critical and wild. So she got 1 critical, so that's 1 damage going on to Captain Marvel. There's the 1 damage on Captain Marvel, plus Captain Marvel gets an energy because of the damage that was inflicted on her. Captain Marvel for a second action is going to use Strike to attack back at Black Widow. And no good, except for 2. 2 damage. So then the Black Widow got 3 defense for physical. And she blocks 2. So diddly happens. Boop, boop, boop. And that ends Captain Marvel's activation. On to the Red Skull's team. On to the Red Skull's turn. Well, Red Skull's team. And it's going to be Ultron attacking. And he is going to concentrate his power at none other than Doc Ock himself. He's going to use Energy Blast. After this attack is resolved, the character gains energy equal to the amount of damage dealt. 5 dice, range of 4, but we just seen that he's at like range 2, so he can do that. And don't cost anything to do it. 5 dice flying into Doc Ock. And look at that. Woo! He's got 1 critical, so he gets to roll 1 more. Oh, that's all 5 hits. Oh, Doc Ock is into some trouble. So it is an energy blast, so Doc Ock has 3 for his energy defense. And he did not defend 1 iota. 5 energy for Doc Ock. But, unfortunately, Ultron was a little too much for Doc to handle this time. He didn't have any damage on him at all either. And he got him for 5. So therefore, Doc Ock is... He's not stunned. He's not KO'd. He is dazed. So he gets flipped over, get knocked down, and put a dazed token on him. That is Doc Ock. He is dazed. On top of that, because he inflicted 5 damage, he gets 5 energy for Ultron. And he still has 1 more activation. And I think it might turn his sights now on Captain Marvel and see if he can do some damage to her. This is bad. Ultron goes... turns around and sees Captain Marvel standing right there. Oh, he's angry. Captain Marvel seen the damage that it did to Doc Ock just very quickly. Captain Marvel's just kind of showing a little bit of worry, even though she's a superpower being, but it don't matter. Ultron is pretty powerful himself. For Ultron's final action, he is actually going to use Metallic Fury. This is bad. Range 3, definitely within range 3. 7 dice, it costs 3 energy, but he can certainly afford 3 energy, so we're getting rid of the 3 energy from him. And this Metallic Fury, it's a physical attack. Before choosing a target, this character may choose whether this attack can be physical or energy. And he's going to do energy because I think Captain Marvel's defense against energy is lower. So he's going to do energy attack instead. And it has bleed. So if a wild symbol is rolled, the Captain Marvel is only immune to poison. So she would get the bleed token or the bleed effect. So again, it's going to be 7 going into... Oh, I think Captain Marvel has 3 defense too. I was mistaken. Captain Marvel has 4 for energy defense, 3 for physical. He should have chose physical, but I already said it. Too bad, too late, so sorry. So here goes into Captain Marvel. Ultron is hitting Captain Marvel, maybe putting her down. We'll see. Oh, what a horrible time to roll bad. So get rid of those. That is 2 criticals and 1 hit. So let's see what Captain Marvel does. So she defended and also got a critical. So now we have to resolve the criticals. So there's 2 criticals. So there's 2 more dice that Ultron will roll. and gets 2 more criticals, but again, it's the second one that don't apply anymore. That's a lot of crits though. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has a critical, she gets to roll 1 more and gets a wild. So that's 4 protection against 5. So that's only be 1 damage going into her, but Ultron is going to look to see what he has, and Captain Marvel's going to look too. I'm not forgetting about the team tactics cards, but all of these, they have to be within range of another allied character and spend energy equally. But you can see here that the only allied character Ultron's range with is Black Widow, but Black Widow has none, so no team tactics cards can be used on her part, or his part, I should say. And these team tactic cards can't apply to help out Captain Marvel as well, so none of them can be used. One thing that Captain Marvel does have though is when it's called energy absorption. When this character is defending against an energy attack, which she's doing, for each wild in the defense roll, they may change one of the attacker's crits, wild, or hits to a blank. This character gains 1 energy for each die changed in this way. So when you look at this, she did roll 1 wild symbol, only 1. So because of that, she can turn one of these to a blank. She could have done a crit, but it was kind of after the fact. So that is going to be, she blocked for 4, and there's 4 hits. So she don't take any damage whatsoever, and she gets 1 energy too as well. We are now on to an activation for Cap's team. Let's see who activated and who did not activate. So he's knocked, he's stunned, or not stunned, he's dazed, that's it. I keep forgetting that word. She activated, so I think it's just Ultron, or not Ultron, I think it's just Cap and Iron Man that is left to activate. So it's either one of them that can do it. So I'm thinking I'm going to do Iron Man first. Now, Baron Zemo is pretty close to being KO'd for the whole game. So I'm thinking what might happen is Iron Man may just concentrate his power at the Zemo, because Ultron already activated, don't have to worry too much, but Black Widow over here did not activate yet. So she may try to take some pot shots at Captain Marvel, but that's okay. We'll deal with Iron Man against Zemo right now. Iron Man is going to use Repulsor Blast for his first action, so he's not going to move anywhere. And it says, after the attacker resolves, this character gains energy equal to the damage dealt. And if he rolls a wild symbol, it's pushed. Before damage is dealt, this character pushes the target character away small. Alrighty, so let's go to the dice box. It's 4 dice he uses for energy blast. I got my range 4 ruler here, so let's just confirm first. Definitely in range. Okay, Iron Man's blast, 4 dice at Zemo. And he gets 2 hits. No crits, no nothing, just 2 hits. And that's it. So Zemo got 3 defense for energy. And he rolls 3 defense. He gets to roll 1 more. It's blank because of the crit. Iron Man didn't roll a wild either, so because of that, nothing happens. It's been blocked. Zemo was really lucky there. So Iron Man's like, you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. Let's go. Let's charge up and see if he can destroy him. Charge his weapon. I mean, not charge into him. And he gets 2 wilds. So a push is going to happen regardless. And now Zemo gets to block 3 for his energy. And he gets Denada. So that's 2 damage going to Zemo. Zemo gets 2 energy. And also Iron Man gets 2 energy too as well, and a push happens. Because it's 2 energy and a push would be put into him before any damage is dealt. It don't make a difference because you see Zemo has 4 on him and he has 5. He's on the wounded side as it is. So therefore, Zemo is KO'd. So he is completely out of the game. Goodbye, Zemo. And that ends the activation for Iron Man. The Red Skull's seen what happened with Iron Man, and Red Skull's like, you know what? I'm not taking that. You took out one of my team members, I'm gonna take out you. So Red Skull is going to activate. Red Skull's first activation, as much as Red Skull wants to take an Iron Man, Red Skull needs the shards. So instead, for the first action, moved medium up to here. I know, leaving this here, he's going to go there and going to now shoot a energy blast at Captain Marvel. He's going to use Cosmic Blast by spending 1 energy. And because of Cosmic Blast, he is going to, if he rolls a wild, sap power. Before damage is dealt, the target character loses 1 energy for each wild symbol in the attack roll, and this character gains that amount of energy. So it's a 5 attack against Captain Marvel's 4. Here goes. 5 attack going to Captain Marvel. No wild symbol though, but it does get 2. 1 is a crit. So let's roll Captain Marvel's energy defense. Wild symbol and a shield. So that's 2. But to get to roll 1 more because it has a crit. And it's a shield. So 2 against 2. There's no damage whatsoever that's going through that I can tell. One thing though is Captain Marvel has energy absorption. So whenever she rolls a wild symbol into her defense roll, she can change 1 of the attacker's die to a blank. So that's only 1. So she blocked both damage coming at her. Before Red Skull finishes his turn, he's going to do which is called Cosmic Cube. Action. This character gains 3 energy. Roll 5 dice. Each skull roll, this character suffers 1 wound. This superpower can only be used once per turn. So he's going to get 3 energy and roll 5 dice and hope we don't get any skulls. 5 dice rolling. And they don't get any skulls. Whew. All right. So that's pretty good. Now I looked in the rule book to see how many times a character can use superpowers. And I couldn't really find anything going off of this, like the one that he just did, the Cosmic Cube. It can only be used once per turn, this one ability. But it don't say that he can't use any other superpowers. So this is an active superpower. It costs 3. The Master of the Cube, we already seen this, chooses a character or another allied character within 4 of this character and place it within 2 of its original current position. A character can be placed by the superpower only once per turn. So he is going to spend his 3. And he's going to pretty much teleport himself again. He appears there. He's trying to get closer back to this. It's not going to work now like it did one other turn, but he's close, so he moves. He can stay here to get the victory points for the next round. On to Cap's side, and one other person has to activate on Captain America's side, and it is Captain America. Woohoo! Captain America has been very good with staying on point to keep getting victory points, but the thing is he don't want to be doing that much more because he wants to get into the action now. So I think he's just going to do it. He's like, you know what? I'm done. I just got to get in the action. So he is going to move medium for his first action, just like so. And that will be his first action. And I think for his second action, he's going to do a shield throw because he's within 4 range of Ultron. With shield throw, it's range 4, 4 dice, don't cost any energy. This attack ignores line of sight, and defending characters does not benefit from cover. And if we roll a wild, it's ricochet. After this attack is resolved, this character may make an additional shield throw attack. This attack must target another character within 3 of the original target character and may be any distance from the character. The additional attack does not have the ricochet special rule. The reason why I chose that is because, and if he does damage to Ultron, it's going to go and it's going to hit Black Widow too as well. So 2 for the price of 1. Caps throws his shield, vibranium shield. Oh, nothing. So Ultron don't even have to defend that. So it bounces off, does no damage though, and it's flying into Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow. At least gets 2 damage, at least. So Black Widow got to defend. Physical defense of Black Widow is 3 against 2 hits. Here goes Black Widow's defense. 2 wilds. So she blocks it easily. She can't do a counter strike because she don't have any energy on her card whatsoever. And I think that is just it for Captain America. He just totally sucked this turn. No wonder he's staying by the token instead. Now we're on to Red Skull's team, and the last person to activate is going to be the Black Widow over here. So the Black Widow is very close. Now what is she going to do, I wonder? Oh, hold on a second. Never mind. I was just going to say Captain America couldn't have attacked her because she has stealth. You got to be within range of 3, but it was a ricochet off his shield, so it didn't make a difference. So it is on to Black Widow's turn. Black Widow is going to do strike. It's range 2. She is definitely range 2 of Captain Marvel. 4 dice, don't cost anything. So after the attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to the wounds dealt. If she rolls a wild, it's a Widow's Sting. After this attack is resolved, the target character loses 1 energy. So let's go see what happens there. So it's going to be 4 against 4. Here goes Energy Blast. Strike from Black Widow. Oh, look at the 2 crits. So 2 crits. Now, with the energy strike, the strike, it's an energy. After the attack is resolved, this character gains energy equal to dealt, but it's wild, but didn't have only wild, but gets to roll these 2. And so that's 2 hits going into Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel got a defense of 4 for energy. And she blocks 1. Oh no. So that is gone. So 1 damage for Captain Marvel. She gets an energy equal to the amount of damage. Captain Marvel also gets an energy equal to the amount of damage she suffers. So that's 1 damage, 1 wound to Captain Marvel. And Black Widow still got 1 more attack. And she's just going to do the strike again. Why not? Here comes the strike of energy. Whoa, that is an awesome roll. That's 4. Captain Marvel is probably going to be in some deep trouble here. Plus she gets 1 extra because of the critical. That's another wild. So that is 5 hits in total. Oh boy, Captain Marvel, you got to do some good stuff here or you're down. All right, she got a critical and a wild. So now she gets to roll this because another one because of the critical. And it does nothing. So now that's going to cancel 2 out. So that's 3 damage going to Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel rolled 1 of the wilds. So she does, it's called energy absorption. And it convert 1 to a blank, which she did. So that means she takes 2 damage. Let's see if she is dazed or not. Captain Marvel got 3 damage and she takes 2 more and 2 more energy, but that's 5 in total and she has 6. So if she get hit and get knocked out or get dazed, then she would lose her 2 fragments and that would be really bad for her because that means victory points is going to be really, she won't be getting any more victory points for that. But there's her 2 energy anyhow. So I'm just going to fix this all up. And we'll continue on. Captain Marvel's is all adjusted and fixed up. So in total, she's got 6 energy and she's got 5 wounds out of 6. Lucky, lucky, lucky ducky. And that is everybody's activation for round 3. So we're going on to the cleanup phase for this. For the victory points, Spider-Man has 1 victory point because he is at the 3.0 extremis. And that's it for that. So Spider-Man gets 1 victory point. So remember, the Red Skull's team is blue, so he gets 1 victory point for that. And you look at Captain America's team, and we got none other than Captain Marvel. She's right there, so she gets a victory point for them. And that brings Captain America's team up to 9 from 7. And then we have to go to the Cosmic Cube Fragments. Why do I keep screwing this up? All right, so Cosmic Cube Fragments. Spider-Man has 2. So that's an extra 2 points for the Red Skull team. Really good. And then we got to look at the Cosmic Cube fragments for Captain America's team. And on Captain America's team, we got 2 Cosmic Cube fragments here for Captain Marvel and 1 for Iron Man. So that's 3 more victory points for Captain America's team. And that brings Captain America's team up to 12. So he is only 4 away from winning the game. Very, very close. All right, so we're still going to do the cleanup. After I do the rest of the cleanup, I'll be back and I'll show you what everything is going on, what went on, I should say. All the cleanup is done. I did forget to manage to do a couple of things, but I did rectify it, so just bear with me. First off, Captain Marvel was the last one activated. She did not have the priority marker, so the priority marker goes to Team Captain America. And so I moved all of this, I cleaned up everything, but from where I forgot a couple of things just to show you, because for interacting, what I totally forgot to do here is Spider-Man would have interacted and took a wound off by spending an energy on his turn, obviously would have done that. Also too as well is Captain Marvel would have done that to get rid of some of her wounds. Doc Ock is stood back up again. And who else was it that I think that is it for it. So just be aware, I did tidy and do some house cleaning just to make sure. Oh yeah, and Bane too as well, because he's within 2 of this, so then he would have got rid of some wounds too as well. And also Black Widow too. So she's down to 2 energy now and has 2 wounds remaining. And you can see Captain Marvel has 3 wounds remaining. Bane got 3 wounds remaining. I'm just going over all the characters. Doc Ock is backed up in his wounded side, but he's fine. Captain America got no wounds. And Iron Man got 2 wounds. And like I said, Black Widow got rid of her wound. Ultron, actually I didn't do Ultron, so he's going to spend 1 energy too. He should have done this during his turn to remove the wound. Again, I'm totally forgot about this because it's not an action. It just costs 1 energy to do that. And Spider-Man did that too as well. So pretty much almost everybody is wound free now, except for Captain America's team. Crossbones got 3, Captain Marvel got 3, Iron Man got 2. So that is it for the end of round 3. Did all the cleanup and everything else. So we're on the power step for round number 4. We are in the power step for the next round, round number 4. And if you remember, for the power step, and if anybody has a Cosmic Cube fragment onto them, during the power phase, each character suffers 1 wound for each Cosmic Cube fragment it holds. Characters gain energy equal to the wounds they suffer. Starting over on Cap's side, we got Captain Marvel. And she has 2 energy cubes, so she's going to suffer fragments, 2 energy cube fragments. 2 more wounds, so that brings her back, her wound count back up again. Like, she's very close to finishing here, or somebody hits her, she's just going to drop those fragments as much as she can. So she needs to try to do something to help herself. Also, too, as well, she gets 2 energy because she suffered 2 wounds. And if we look at Iron Man, he has 1, so he's going to suffer 1 wound. So I'm going to take this off and give him 3 wounds. And he also gets another energy because of suffering the wound. Spider-Man on the Red Skull side has 2, so he's going to take 2 wounds and also 2 energy too as well. Ooh, okay. And that is it for the power phase. And we are starting with the activation, and it is the Red Skull's team that goes first. Ultron is going to activate first on the Red Skull team. Now, he's kind of iffy on what he should do. Should he just attack Captain Marvel to try to one-shot her like he did to Doc Ock and get rid of the cubes? Cube fragments, because she has 2 cube fragments, and she also has 5 out of 6 wounds, so she may become KO, or should he just try to, or should he just go, hey, I'm going to take you in again, Doc Ock. But logically, I think he should probably concentrate on trying to get rid of Captain Marvel. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack Captain Marvel on his activation. Ultron is going to use Metallic Fury. He's going to spend his 3 energy, just like this, because it costs 3 energy. It's a range of 3, but he's definitely close enough. 7 dice. Before choosing a target, this character may choose whether this attack type is going to be physical attack or energy. And if he rolls a wild, it's a bleed. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the bleed special condition. Okay, so he's all about energy. But he's got some pretty hard-hitting power. I think he's going to go with his physical power. So he's going to attack with physical, 7 dice against Captain Marvel. Here comes Ultron's attack! Metallic Fury. And I did say it's physical. Okay, so no, whoops, no. That's not that great of an attack, but it could be just enough. Okie dokie. So I'm just reading this Metallic Fury over again. So if we rolled a wild, which is right here, after the attack is resolved, the target character gains the bleed special condition. So she's going to get bleed regardless because he rolled a wild. But now we have to resolve. Now it's physical. Come on there, Captain Marvel. 2 defense. Whoops. That was the defense. I flipped it. You seen it? You seen it? There we go. So that's no good. She rolled 2 defense. And from 3, so she's going to take 1 hit. And I got to see if I have any cards that will help her try to stop this so she's not taking so many wounds. But she's going to get the bleed token because she's only immune to poison. Now, before we deal the damage here, because she's going to take 1 damage and she's going to get the bleed condition, because the only way she would alleviate that is if she rolled a wild symbol and she would have turned this to a blank, and that means that it wouldn't have affected. But because of that, she's going to get the wound and the bleed. But before that, I have a card. It's called Patch Up. I'm going to finally use a tactics card, team tactics card. It's unaffiliated if it's active. Choose a non-dazed allied character, another allied character within 2 of the chosen character. Within 2 of the chosen character. May spend up to 5 energy to play this card. Remove wounds from the chosen character equal to the energy spent to play this card. You can see here that Doc Ock is an allied character and he is just in the range, luckily. Now, because of that Doc Ock is going to spend, because he's got a lot of energy to use here, so he's going to spend 4 energy. You can see right there, 4 energy, so that he is helping out Captain Marvel. So, because Captain Marvel is being helped out, and she would take 1 wound, a bleed token, and as well as an energy for the 1 wound. First, I'm going to get rid of 4 wounds, because that is what Doc Ock is doing. I finally get to use a tactics card. Finally. Hopefully I'm using it right. If not, timestamp the video, comment down below with the page number and let me know. But she still gets that wound. She gets the energy and she gets the bleed token. But what Doc Ock managed to do was save her from getting KO'd, because she had 5. I thought she had 4, but she had 5. And with that one last hit, she would have been KO'd and dropped the 2 shards. And that would have been very, very bad. So anyhow, Doc Ock kind of saved her from Ultron. So Ultron hit her. That was only 1 action Ultron did so far, though. So he's got another time to hit her again. And remember, too, as well, as energy that a character can have on their card is a maximum of 10. So right now she has 6, 7, 8. So 2 more and she can't have any more. Even if she's going to manage to gain more energy, she can't take it. So just be aware of that too as well. So now let's go on to the next activation for Ultron. And also, I've never seen the bleed token before. And what it does say is that at the end of the round, if they don't get rid of this, then they're going to gain an extra wound at the start of the next round. So just be aware that that's what the bleed token is for. Yeah, right here it says bleed. The character suffers 1 damage at the end of each of its activation rounds. And this here is a condition marker. And the only way to get rid of a condition marker is using the action which is called shake, which is right here. It says shake, remove 1 special condition. Just be aware of that, but now it's Ultron has one more attack. See, Ultron don't have any more energy left because he did spend it. So he's just going to do a strike. Or maybe he should go in to contest, because that's going to be another victory. I'm thinking that's what Ultron's going to do, is move. But then again, Black Widow can do it too, so... Oh, this is so hard, so hard. Nah, I'm going to leave Ultron where he is, do another attack. May take out... I don't know if he should do that for Captain Marvel, or he should just move in to contest the 3.0. I think that's what I'm going to do. His second move, he's going to move in just to play it safe, because if Black Widow manages to do nothing to her, then that's going to be an extra victory point at the end of this round. So I'm going to do that. Ultron, for his second action, he's going to move. Now, let's see if we can do anything else here. Now, choose an interaction. Okay, that won't work. When defending against attacks, he's not defending, and he's got flight, immunity, bleed, and poison. All right, so yeah, that's what Ultron's going to do. He's got to play it safe. So his movement is medium, I think. Yes. So if you look at the medium, let me get it over here. So yeah, he's like well in range, but he's just going to go across it, but touch right there. And that was his second activation, like so, because he's going to contest this from Captain Marvel from getting the point. So that ends Ultron's activation. On to Captain America's team's turn, and who is going to activate but Captain America himself? He has a movement of medium? Yes, medium. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Let's just move him downtown a little bit. He's kind of getting close to the Red Skull though, so he's got to be careful with that. Wondering if he went this way instead. Oh, not even on camera. Sorry about that, everybody. So if he went this way instead, because he wants to try to keep away from the Red Skull, because it's just to be safe. So yeah, he's going to move a medium here. Because he wants to get over here, because if Black Widow moves up here to contest this, they're going to get this victory point. So he wants to make sure. Actually, he should have done Doc Ock, but it's kind of late. Anyhow, so that was one movement. Now he is going to do an attack. I'm just going to throw this to show that he activated here. And he's going to attack with something. Cap is thinking he's going to do a strike. It don't cost the energy, even though that he could probably do a better attack, like Shield Slam and so forth. But with this strike, it's at range 2. I don't even know if he's at range 2, because maybe he's not going to do that. Maybe he has to do... No, actually, you know what? He has to do the shield throw. Because looking at that, he's not at range 2 from Ultron, but he is definitely within range 4 of Ultron. So he's going to do a shield throw. And we already seen this before. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit from cover. Now, he's going to hit Ultron first, and then hopefully rolls a wild, which is going to ricochet, and going to hit the Black Widow. He tried this before, kind of failed, but we'll see if he can do it better. So 4 dice, and we'll see what happens. 4 dice for the shield throw. 2, that's average, I guess. It's okay. So then, Ultron got 4 physical defense. He's got, so he kind of blocked it. We'll roll one more. It's blank anyhow. So he's got a wild in that, so that's 2 successes. Let's see if Ultron got anything else he can use, or Cap got something else that he can use. So I just looked, there's nothing else that can be used here, unfortunately, that I can see right now. So no damage goes through, but he gets to roll again because it bounces off of Ultron and hits Black Widow. Hopefully hits Black Widow, but the ricochet don't happen again. So 4, and she has 3. Oh, 2 crits. So I'm just going to roll these 2. Oh, that's 4 hits. Uh-oh, Black Widow. Now, if she don't roll anything, she's wounded and she has 4 health. So if she fails this, she's just going to be toasted. Here goes. She gets 2 wild. So that's good, though, because then it's going to avoid... Wait a minute, martial arts. When this character is defending against, it's a physical attack, and within 2, and is from within 2, this character adds blank defense die. But I don't think she's within 2 of Cap. I'll take a peek to see if that's it or not. So if she's within 2 of the attacker, which is Captain America, but she's not. Oh, maybe she is. No, she's just out by, like, a little bit. Ugh! Anyhow, if she was within 2, then what would happen is that blank could add to her defense, but she's not, so she can't do that. Having said that, she defended 2, so 2 gets taken away. And she's suffering 2 damage. She gets 2 energy for suffering the 2 damage. There's her 2 energy. Now, she does have, which is Counter Strike, and she's definitely going to be doing that. And it says, after an attack against the character is resolved, you may use this superpower. If the attacker is within 3, which Cap is, roll 4 dice and deal 1 damage to the attacker for each exclamation mark, which is a critical, and each wild symbol. So she's going to spend her 2. And then she rolls 4 dice to see if she's going to do Cap some damage. Here goes. She's got 1 exclamation mark. So she does do damage to Cap, but only 1. So Cap finally takes 1 wound, and he gets an energy for it too as well. He moved and he attacked. Now, does he have a superpower that he could use? He has Bodyguard and the Vibranium Shield, but that's more of a reactive one instead of for a superpower. So he's done. And then we're on to Team Red Skull. I forgot his name for a second. Team Red Skull. For Team Red Skull, we're going to do Spider-Man. So Spider-Man's kind of tied up here anyhow. He's going to attack and hopefully do some damage to Crossbones, because Crossbones is a very dangerous person to have in melee combat with. Spider-Man he decided he's going to use Impact Webbing. And with Impact Webbing, it is twofold. So range 4, but he's definitely within range 4. Actually, no, scratch that. He's within range 2, so he's going to use Strike instead. So after this attack is resolved, the character gains energy equal to the damage dealt, because Spider-Man needs some energy. He has 3, but he should have more. So he is going to 5 dice. It's a physical attack against Crossbones. Here goes, Spider-Man. Oh, not a bad roll at all. He gets to roll 1 more. It's blank. All right, but that's okay, because that is 4 hits that he managed to do on Crossbones. So Crossbones rolls his defense of 4. Crossbones got... That don't count, so he gets to roll 1 more because he got the... And that don't count. So Crossbones only defended 1. So that's going to cancel out 1 hit. So therefore, that's 3 damage going to Crossbones, and Crossbone only... Yeah, 3 damage. Oops, I hit the camera again. So let's see if Crossbones got anything he can do to help him with No cards that can help or anything. So because of that, Crossbones takes 3 damage, gets 3 energy, and Spider-Man takes 3 energy too as well. But after I add this 3 here, because he got the 3 energy, he has a total of 6. So that's 6. So Spider-Man did manage to daze Crossbone. So Crossbone gets his card flipped over. He can't even activate this round because he is done. So because he's done, we're going to put a daze token and we're going to lay his miniature down. Just like that. And Spider-Man gets 3 more energy. And that was only Spider-Man's first action. Now, his second action, he's already here. So if he leaves that, he's not going to get any victory points. But if he stays where he is, because it's getting close and all the action seems to be converging over there, I think Spider-Man's just going to say like, hey, I'm staying right where I am. And that ends his activation. He knocked out Crossbones. Not knocked him out, but he dazed him. And that's good enough for him so far. We are on to Team Captain America. And I think what I'm going to do is... I really don't know what I'm going to do. Can't turn into Crossbones. He's not on my team. Iron Man is. He didn't activate, neither did Doc Ock. And we're kind of converging over here. Actually, neither did Captain Marvel. But I'm going to do Iron Man. Why not? So Iron Man's going to activate. Iron Man got a movement of medium. So let's just take Iron Man. And he's going to go wee, 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 just like that. And he makes that noise too. Because he needs to get some kind of energy or whatever to put into his flight suit or something like that. So yeah, he done that one. Now I have to think of, should he attack? Or should he attack? I don't know. Let me think about this. I actually thought of a really cool idea to do. We have one of the Team Tactic cards. It is right here. It's called Ricochet Blast. And what this Ricochet Blast is, it is an energy attack. Range of 4. It has 7 dice and it don't cost anything. But having said that, it says on the card, if it is Iron Man's turn, Iron Man's activation, and it is Iron Man's activation, and he's within 4 of the allied Captain America, and you can see there he's definitely within 4 easily, you can play this card. They may spend 2 energy each to play this card. While within 4 of Captain America, Iron Man may use the Ricochet Blast attack shown above once this activation. Range in the line of sight is measured from Captain America. Interesting, instead of Iron Man. Iron Man may reroll any number of attack dice. So this is going to be discarded. It's 7 dice, but we got to measure from Captain America. And I'm thinking what Captain America is going to do is, first I got to see, it's got to be with, what's her name? I better move the camera over a bit. Black Widow, which is right there. That's a little better. So Black Widow, got it, because Black Widow is stealth. You have to attack her, you have to be within range 3. And definitely within range 3. So Iron Man's going to use the Ricochet Blast. So he's going to spend 2 energy. And so is Captain America. So the 2 energy each is that to get 7 dice to roll to try and hit Black Widow with an energy blast. And Black Widow's energy defense is only 2 dice. Oh, that's a good. Okay, so let's go to Dice Box and see if we're going to do any damage to the Black Widow. 7 dice. Iron Man is doing it. That's 2 blanks. 3 blanks. So that's not too bad. That's 4 hits. And as we stated, I think I stated it, energy, so Black Widow only has 2. Now, he can re-roll them, so let's just re-roll. Oi. Yeah, that's a lot more. That's 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she is in some deep trouble here. She's got a wild. So that is 1 block that she has. And I think if she rolls a wild, though, I don't think it's really going to make a difference because the martial arts, martial artist character must be within 3 of this character. Okay, so anyhow, when this character is defending, actually let's just point it at the card here. When this character is defending against physical or energy, it's an energy attack. Targeting from within 2, this character adds blank to its dice roll. But Iron Man is one attacking. We had to measure from Captain America, but definitely not within 2, so that's not going to work. So we're going to take 1 away, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So that's 5 energy that she gets, but unfortunately, she already has 3 wounds on her, and her max is 4. So that means, let's swing over here again, she is totally KO'd. 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 Luckily, she wasn't carrying a shard, though. So that's not bad, but it's bad as well. So she is gone. So that's 2 out of this team has been knocked out, and there's 3 left. Uh-oh. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Ah, she's just knocked out. She's not dead. She's knocked out. Here's a question for anybody who is still watching this video, and that is team tactic cards. I looked in the rule book, I double checked it again, and I couldn't find anywhere where it counts as one of the actions when you play a team tactic card. So just for this game, until I find out the answer, we're going to house rule it, and it's not an action for the character. So Iron Man moved, he played team tactic card, so he still has 1 more action left. If you find the answer out and you tell me, just timestamp the video, refer to a page number into the rule book, and just let me know, because it's very curious. So for Iron Man's second action, I already know what I'm going to do with him, because he has a speed of movement. If he wants to get over here, so he's going to do that just so he can contest this for the victory point. So which means that there's 2 here and 1 of Ultron who already activated. So because of that, then at the end of the round, it would be Captain America's team gets a victory point, because 1 cancels out the other. There's 1 left. I do remember this in the rule book. So therefore, they would get the victory point. But anyhow, we're not done yet. We are still going on, and it's on to the Red Skull's activation. Boop, boop, boop. For Red Skull's activation, they need to get as much victory points as possible here. So the Red Skull is just going to, I'm not even going to use the, I better do it just to be safe. So his movement is medium, as you can see, and he's well within range. So he's just going to go just like that to keep in touch of this. For his first action, I'm going to put this down, because the second action is not going to shoot or anything, because he had no range regardless. And he has to try to get victory points. So his second activation, he is going to do the Cosmic Cube. That's it, Cosmic Cube. For Cosmic Cube, the action here, it costs 0. That's because he only has 1. And it says action, his character gains 3 energy. So 3 energy for him. Thank you very much. And then he rolls 5 dice, and for each skull, he'll suffer 1 damage. 5 dice, don't get skulls. Oh, bad. 2, so he's going to suffer 2 wounds. There's his 2 wounds. I don't know if that was worth it, but that ends his activation. We're on to Captain America's team, and the only person left to activate on that team. Oh, we have 2. We have Captain Marvel, and we also have Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus. So I'm thinking she's going to go first. Actually, no. Doc Ock is going to go first. And Doc Ock's movement is a medium. So we get the medium tool. So he's going to go woo, just like so. Now, he's in base contact too as well. That was his first action, just so that you make sure you get that victory point. They're all here. And now he's going to attack Ultron for his second action. And before that, I'm just going to put the check mark to let them know that Otto Octavius has activated. For Otto Octavius' attack on Ultron, he is actually going to use the arm lasers. It costs 3 energy. And it states, it says, the act ignores line of sight and the defending character does not benefit from cover. It has Pierce. Change one of the defending characters' critical, wild, or shield results to a blank. And it's 6 dice, range 4. He's definitely there. So 6 dice, flying, and it is energy. And Ultron, I think it has 4 energy for defense. We'll check. Ultron has 3 energy defense. So there's 6 dice going at Ultron. Wow, this is a really, really bad roll there, Otto Octavius. And he spent 3 energy. So that's 1 damage. So now he rolls his defense. Ah, he didn't even get anything. So that's 1 damage that's going through, unless Ultron got anything he can do here. When defending against Mystic, so that's not going to work. Yeah, no, he can't do anything here. So he's going to take that 1 wound. But he gets 1 energy. Wow, that is such a ridiculous roll. And there we go, 1 wound, but he got the energy. And that ends Otto Octavius' activation. We're on to the Red Skull's turn, but as you can see on the table, activate it, activate it, activate it. The other 2 team members have been KO'd. Wow. So we go now to the next unactivated character on Cap's side, and that is none other than Captain Marvel. She's going to be the last one. So she's going to hold her ground there because she's silly if she backs off, but she is certainly going to take a whack at Ultron. Let's see what kind of attack she's going to do, though. Oh, no. First thing she's going to do is she has to do a shake because she does have the bleed right here. So she removes it. And one thing I forgot to do is she should have an extra wound onto her. So now it's 3 wounds because she had that bleed token. But then she took the shake, so she shook off the bleed token, and she has 1 action. So she's going to attack him, Ultron 2 as well. But what is she going to attack him with? Because she's got lots of energy here that she can expel. Whoa, there we go. So she's going to use the superpower binary form. It costs 5 energy. Wow. The 3, 4, 5, but she's going to definitely do that. And the reason why, because it says here, until the start of this character's next activation, it adds 2 dice to its attack and defense rolls. That is great. So she's going to attack Ultron with, because she's still got 3 energy left. Okay, so I think she's going to use Stagger because she never did that. Let's try it. So 3 energy spent there, and it's Stagger. So our Rocket Punch. Rocket Punch? Interesting. So with this here, it says, if she rolls a wild, it's Stagger. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains a Stagger special condition. And I'll explain what Stagger is, but first we're going to go and roll. So that's 7 dice, definitely in range, and it's an energy, so Ultron's got 3, I think, but we'll check. Yeah, Ultron's energy defense is 3, so 7 against 3. And Stagger, when this character activates, its first action must be a shake action. This shake action must remove the Stagger special condition. So that's what that is. So they have no choice. They have to use their first action when they activate to Stagger. So the next round, Ultron has, and that's only if she rolls a wild on the 7 dice, has to do a Stagger for his first activation. It's pretty powerful. I'm finding Captain Marvel is a pretty powerful character. All right. No wild. Oh, yes, there is a wild. And there's another wild. Nice. So she's going to be able to use that Stagger condition. Woohoo. Awesome. So that is 4 hits for Ultron. Ultron rolls 3. gets wild. So I'm just going to re-roll this one. Nope. So that's 2. So 2 gets blocked. And there's 2 left. So therefore, 2 damage, 2 more damage on Ultron. Ultron don't have anything else that he could use. So 2 damage on Ultron plus 2 energy, but a stagger condition. You can see there 3 wounds on Ultron now, the stagger condition, and 3 energy. Now that was Captain Marvel's, I think that was her second turn, or second action, if I'm not mistaken. But in either case, she's going to pass anyhow. And do that. So that ends her activation. That ends the end of this round. So now we're on to the cleanup phase. First cleanup phase part is to give victory conditions. So let's deal with these right here. So the 3.0. So Spider-Man got 1. It's not contested because he knocked out Crossbones easily. And we have one by Red Skull. So that is 2 victory conditions. This one obviously Ultron can't claim because there's too many people around it. So that's 2 victory conditions so far. And the Red Skull is blue, remember? So that he goes up, they go up to 11. Now let's do the other team. They only get 1 victory point because this is not contested because it cancels out like I said. So 1 victory point there. That goes up to 13. Now we have to do the other one, which is going to be the Crystal Shard. So keeping here with the Red Skull team, Spider-Man got 2, and that's it. So they're going to go up. This is a close race here. They go up 2 right here. And on this side, Iron Man has 1 and Captain Marvel has 2. So that's 3 victory points right at this time. Oh, and 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Ding, 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 ding. The game is over because the first one to reach 16 victory points wins the game. Or at the end of round 6, if they're at, then you have to compare how many victory points. But don't have to advance to round 5 because round 4, Captain America's team won with 16 victory points. Whew. Well, there you have it, Board Game Maniacs. I hope you enjoyed learning, if you don't know it already, or even if you know it already, enjoyed watching this, my struggle with learning Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have to say, it's not a hard game, but I just got to learn all the rules. And again, the rules that we're playing is the basic rule set that is into the core rule book. What I did notice when I did read the rule book, that you can go to Atomic Mass Games website and you can download the advanced rule set, which I am going to do so that when we play other games, I'm going to, play with the advanced rule set if I'm not already. I don't know, I'm just going by that rule book and the videos I watched. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly like playing it. It's fun. I love playing superhero games, like I said. Very impressed. And, the Captain America team managed to KO 2 characters, Black Widow and Baron Zemo. And Crossbones is knocked out on Captain America's team. But, all in all, they succeeded with their 16 victory points. I really, really like it. It's good. It's good. So, I hope you have it. Again, if I'm making rules mistakes, which I probably did, because this is my very first official game playing, comment down below, timestamp in the video where the rules mistake was made, and refer to a page number into the core rule book so that I can learn, and other people that are thinking about getting this game, or they got the game and they never even played it yet, that they too can learn from this video and the comments from viewers such as you watching this. So thank you very much for doing that. This is how we learn games. We share games, we share videos and everything into the community, and we just get better at playing them because everybody helps the other out. So thank you very much for that. I really, really, really appreciate this. All right. If you haven't done so already too as well, if it is out before this first battle report is released, check out how we built this 3x3 portable gaming table that you can take with you when you go to your friend's house or anywhere you want to play such things as Marvel Crisis Protocol or any other games that you play with the 3x3 surface. And you can put tiles on it, which we're going to do later on during another month's build, but not this one. That I know, but who knows what I'm going to do. So what else can I say? Oh yes, if COVID-19 is still out during the release of this video. Please be safe, be sensible, stay at home unless you have to go out to work or what have you. I do know that here in Ontario, Canada, Niagara region specifically, they just kind of went to the next phase, which is that we can have at least 10 people, as long as you maintain 6 feet distance apart, for a social gathering in your house or what have you. So because of that, I may have another player on the channel finally besides just Brady and I, because I'm sure everybody would like to see other players too as well. So I'm going to try to arrange something like that so we can play maybe Marvel Crisis Protocol. Who knows? I don't know. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to our Patreon supporters too as well. And until next time, Board Game Maniacs, when you play some games, communicate with each other, but most importantly of all, and that is, yeah, you know it. You so know it. And that is, be a maniac. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Boo. Bye-bye. I really like Spider-Man. Ooh.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to keep up to date with Board Game Maniacs, click on the like and subscribe button to be notified when more videos come available. If you want to become an official sponsor of Board Game Maniacs, go to patreon.com/BoardGameManiacs. Or you can go to streamlabs.com/BoardGameManiacs1. That's right, and you can donate to help keep the lights on, keep food in our bellies, and play more games. We'll purchase more games, more equipment to make Board Game Maniacs evolve and get bigger and larger. Because of you, the viewers, I thank you from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head for all of your support. And until next time, Board Game Maniacs, be a maniac.